Hello and welcome to this very first video of Cyperf App Builder, a cool new feature that you will get on 6.0 and onwards. To access this feature, you need to go to this settings button on the top right. Once you click on this, you will look at this library and you can go and browse to this resource library, and this opens up this whole new resources like payload files that we have used in our applications, certificates, keys, all kinds of playlists that are used for username, password in rows, Excels, various other features. But also you would find these captures. So this is a place where you can upload your captures. For the first release of App Builder, we have to have a capture that we have to start with to build our apps. So once you import the capture or use some of the captures we have given, you click on this Create App button, and this opens up this new console, and you can see here you can create your custom application. I'll give it a name. Let's say I say this as LLM-demo. That would be my application for this particular video. And then you add actions. So this is where you ingest a packet captures, transactions, TCP connections, anything. We have this place where you see all these capture names. And if you expand on it, it does a Wireshark style analysis. So you can look at the TCP connection that we have used. If there are multiple, you will see them. And you can even expand them to look at the individual transactions, gets, posts, and responses. And you can expand each of these requests and responses to see what's inside. So it's a cool way to look at what packet capture is so that I can plan my actions. So this is my first action. So I'm going to add either the entire flow, or let's say for this case, keeping it simple, just add the first transaction of this flow. So you can see now I have my action. It's listed here. I'll give this a name so that I can remember it in the app. So I'll call it LLM post as an action name. And not just that, I can now parameterize this action, meaning the packet capture would look very different when you are using it in real app. So look like I can give a parameter name. So let's say I want to change the header, right? So I want to change the content type. So I gave it a name, content type, and I can now do a regular expression. So in the regular expression, I search for content type in the request and response of that exchange that I added. Sure enough, the regular expression matches one in the request and one in the response. I can even ensure that the regular expression is more strict so that it only matches, let's say, the request header. So I would use a more focused regular expression, let's say, for that. So let's say I want to just match the content type application/JSON. So I use this regular expression. And when I do show matches now, it would only show the request header because that has this particular match. So now once I do this, I have this new parameter where I can change the regular expression, the content type of the application. I can add multiple parameters for that same action, right? So you see there is a plus button here. So I can just go to this plus button and add a new action. So this time, instead of matching the header, I'm going to match the body. So this is a LLM packet capture, and it's a malicious capture. It has this Dan prompts, do anything now. So I'm going to look for where this Dan is. And this regular expression will ensure that it remembers where exactly these Dans are placed. And once I create the app, I'm going to change this to something else, like let's say Stan. So I've done my two parameters for this action LLM post, and I have this application now ready, right, with a single action, keeping it simple. So once we have done everything else, I can even add more packet captures, more actions, different transactions from multiple captures. So it gives you that full flexibility to create your own app, parameterize it, and then run it in Cyperf just like any other regular apps. So this is simple one. So I'll just click on this create app. And the moment we do that, you would be seeing this notification that says that this particular app with this name LLM demo-app has been created. And then I can go to my Cyperf UI and it would appear in the library just like any other apps. For example, I have this open test that I didn't have any applications in. I'll go to this plus button and find out, or try to find out with the name. Just like any other apps, you will see this appears. I will add it. And just like regular app, it gets added. And if I click on it, it shows me that action that I created. Remember that LLM post? And not just that, it shows me those parameters that I created. One was for replacing the content type in the header. So I'm going to now replace the content type with a different name. Like for example, instead of application/JSON, it will be text/HTML. Similarly, the Dan that was appearing in the body, right? So I'm going to change that parameter. Wherever there was Dan in the body, I'm replacing it with Stan. So this is how I'm making this app from a static packet capture to extremely dynamic in terms of the body and the headers. And I'm going to run the test. I'm enabling the packet capture on the test so that I can see how it looks like once the test is run. So I start the test. It's a small 1 Mbps traffic, not high, just to get some traffic. So the test kept running for a few seconds, and you can see the throughput is being shown, all the transactions, just like any regular application and application mixes. I can even look at this stat of this specific app, and you can see this is the post that is being succeeded, right? So if there was a security device, it would have probably blocked it. But this shows you that the traffic is as real as it gets. And then I have opened this packet capture, right? The one that was generated by this app and the original one. So the left hand side is the original one that I used to make this application. The right hand side is the recreated one that I got after running the test. You can see, right, how the content type has been changed runtime from application JSON to text HTML. And similarly in the body, wherever there was this Dan prompt has been changed to this Stan, right? So that way all the runtime modifications have been made. So this is a new flexibility of building your own apps. First time it starts with packet captures, but we'll be expanding it to more different types of ingestions. And I hope you have a lot of fun with it. Thanks for listening.